So right now I am driving up to Masada, to the mountains. I haven't been here up here in about a week and some change. Just got back from a really nice trip, an amazing trip. I went to see family and just back on the East Coast for a short period of time. I fixed my camera. And yeah, it was a beautiful trip, beautiful time with friends and family. And some of my West Coast family got to really spend time with my East Coast family, so that was really cool. While I was out there, I accidentally ate vinegar. Now, if you've been following my journey, or even if you have not, this is actually the third time that I accidentally ate vinegar. And according to number 6, when it talks about the Nazarite is not to eat vinegar. And I went through a whole process of, well, what is vinegar? Because, see, we don't really, my mom actually, she got me on it while we were back home. And she said, well, can you have this vinegar? Can you have that vinegar? She actually is making her own apple cider vinegar at the house. And so I got to look at her apple cider vinegar and see her process. And then I looked into it some more because I was like, well, I mean, do I really have to cut my hair? Is that really the vinegar that the Bible is speaking about? So I went to, check out some verses. So I checked out number 6 in Hebrew, and the part where it talks about the wine and strong drink, it says Yayin v'shachar, wine and strong drink. So lo yayin v'shachar, so no wine, no strong drink. Then the next line there, it says hametz yayin hametz shachar, vinegar from wine and vinegar from strong drink. So I am going to explain for a second of just a process of making vinegar. Really, really simple, really, really fast. When you make vinegar, often the way that it's made is oftentimes they'll take it from a strong drink. So the vinegar that we have, that clear distilled vinegar that we get in stores and that they use in most things in America because it's oftentimes very cheap, comes from strong drink. So our vodkas, our grain liqueurs, and they'll take that and they will basically, vinegar is known as sour wine. So they will take something like a strong drink or grain alcohol, and they will let it sit until it creates what they call the mother. And it's this foamy little spongy material that sits on top of your drink. Once you get your mother, you let this drink become more acidic, and it goes past the point of alcoholic where it can or intoxicating, to now it be turned sour and it turns into vinegar. They'll do the same with wine. You can get wine from a store, let it sit out, let the air go into it, and it'll ferment. Chametz. It'll ferment over time and turn into your vinegar. So any vinegar starts off typically with a fruit, and it's been turned into a drink. So you have your fruit drink, and then it goes past the alcohol stage or the intoxicating stage, and it turns into its sours, and then it becomes what we call vinegar. So after doing that research and figuring out, okay, that would be all vinegar that we pretty much have that exists in the world. And so I was like, I'm going to take heed. I'm going to do the right thing in this moment. And for the third time, I'm going to shave my hair. It reminds me that this process it's hard to get it right. It's very hard to get it right. My camera is like slowly falling. Excuse it. It's very hard to get it right. We try, we practice, we read all the ingredients, and a lot of time, well, the 3 times for me that I've got it wrong were times where I was outside of my space, where I was in a different space and just like, oh, I got it wrong. I didn't realize maybe I got comfortable or got lax. And this situation was for sure, I was just in a comfortable space. I was back home. And I was relaxed and I let my guard down. And it's not that we walk around with these big guards up, these big walls up all the time. But it's important that we do have our walls up, that we stay guarded, shamar, that we guard ourselves from whatever is coming. And the crazy thing is that I had a dream. I had a dream maybe a month ago, a couple weeks ago. And I told my friend, I said, I had a dream that I ate vinegar. And I was like, I just got my hair and it's growing in, and I had to cut it again in the dream. And it's crazy that every time that I've had to cut my hair, I had a dream before. Like, it was almost like Yah telling me, take heed, be cautious, pay attention, stay alert. And it's so hard when you get back into your space, or you get into a space of comfort. And it's just a reminder, don't get too comfortable. Don't get too lax. Don't fall back and think, oh, I got it now. No, because we are constantly working through things that are familiar, things that we find comfort in. And that's where the enemy can step in and be like, but you didn't see me over here sliding through. And so for me, it's a reminder to stay vigilant in this walk. And not just, the vinegar is symbolic, but to stay vigilant as I live my life out, as sin does creep in or try to keep in. When the situation with Cain and Abel happened in Genesis, I'm going to pull that verse up real quick so I can actually say the verse. Give me a second. So, yeah, with Cain and Abel, it's the first time we see the term chata'ah, and that is sin. And it's after Cain and Abel bring the offerings to Yahweh, and Cain is sour because he did not bring the proper offering, and Yah accepts Abel's but does not with Cain. And so Cain is warned by Yah. He's warned, and he says, be careful, because chata'ah, sin, crouches at your door, desires to devour you, but you must roll over it. And that, when we see the story go forward, Cain ends up killing his brother, and he ends up cursed. And we see this repetition of sin, chata'ah, throughout the Torah, throughout the Bible. And, you know, it's a reminder that sin is literally crouching at your door. We're constantly combating sin, but the whole purpose of seeking to be kodesh, or holy, is the process of rolling over our sin. To roll over your sin, you have to be conscious of the sin in your life. You have to be conscious of the things that you take in. You have to be conscious of the ingredients. You have to be conscious of what has been presented and placed in front of you. And in that conscious awareness, then you can begin to roll over that thing that is trying to crouch in and destroy you. So for me, this process of this Nazarite vow, and my Nazarite vow, and the process of shaving my hair once again, it's a reminder that be vigilant, because sin literally crouches at your door and desires to destroy me. But I can roll over it. But you can roll over it. But you can roll over it. But you will roll over it. And it may take time, and it may take some practice, and it may take some failure along the way. But metaphorically, keep shaving your hair, renewing yourself, cleansing yourself, forgiving yourself, and moving forward, so that you can get it right, so that you can learn, oh, no. When I'm in this space, when I go outside of my space, I'm going to be hyper vigilant to ensure that I stay focused and keep my eyes on Yahuwah, the maker and creator of all heaven and earth. All right, shalom everyone. So in a previous video, I was just talking about having to shave my hair because I did take a Nazarite vow. I took the Nazarite vow of a Nazarite back in December of 2020. And now we're almost in July of 2021. Or June, I think 18th today. And I took that vow with a very sober and humbled mind and heart, knowing that it was something that Yah was calling me to do. And in that act, I knew that there would be moments like today, moments where I'm doing good and then I fail along the way. And don't we all experience that in some way? So I just talked about that a bit, so I'm not going to belabor it. But where I'm at now is up at Masada Shalom, and it's the place where the first time I had to shave my hair is where I came. And I shaved my head. This is the third time I have accidentally eaten vinegar. And I'm trying to do this as close to possible. What I talk about in my book, Notes of a Nazarite, the ancient path, the path that Yah gave us and laid out for us thousands and thousands of years ago. And I felt led back to it. And in the midst of my calling back to it, there are things that I want to share along the way. The first 2 times that I shaved my hair, I did not record, I did not share at all, but this time I will. And this time I want to share with you all the experience and the process. It's an intimate space, so thank you for watching and for being a part of it. And I hope that this moment, not just this moment, but the entire journey helps others along the way to follow the path that Yah has given you. To go back. We always think about forward progression, but sometimes, like Sankofa, we have to look back before we move forward. We have to figure out the old so we can get to the new. And I feel that strongly. So I am going to first pray. I am going to renew my covenant with the Most High. And so in that process of renewing my covenant, I will be reading my second covenant and sharing that with you all. Actually, no. I will be reading my first covenant and sharing that with you all. Because I did write a second one also, and that is in the book that I'm going to share. Okay, so I will be reading the first vow that I wrote with Yah. And actually, I think I previously said December. December was when I decided to take the vow, but January 7th was when I actually took my Nazarite vow. Abiyah, you, my maker and creator, have called me out of the called to live a life of devotion and consecration. Set apart to be set apart, that I may be a part of the remnant of the remnant. I am reminded that even before I was born, you knew me. You formed me, spoke life into my being, and breathed your nefesh into me. I am thankful. I am reminded of your love and your power. You knew that this day would come. You spoke to me about it years ago. I am sorry that it took me so long to give you my yes. I question, who am I that you would continue to pursue me? Then you remind me that I am yours. If I could choose to be anyone's, it would be you. You hear me. You hear my laughs and my cries. Your love never fails. Thank you for loving me and not giving up on me. I do not know the length of this particular vow, but in my heart I hear or feel a forever, olam, beyond the horizon, Beyond what I can see, feel, smell, experience, I vow my life to you. Paul said it was better to be single and worry about the things of Yah. As a single woman, I dedicate my heart to you. That my focus may stay on you. That my eyes may stay on you. That I will stay on the path of righteousness that you have set before me. Yahuwah, I pray that as I take this Nazarite vow, that you will strengthen me with your Ruach, how you see fit. Renew my mind and show me your ways. Abba, I pray for your clarity of thought, and purpose. Let wisdom become my sister and understanding my kinswoman. Let my heart align with your heart, that I may see your people as you see them. I pray for the strength to endure and the faith to endure persecution like David. I pray for the boldness to speak your word like Paul. And as the Nazarite woman who have come before me, I pray for the dedication of Hannah and the obedience of Samson's mother and Manoah's wife, that from a barren people we may rise up in the land of our captivity, and the world will know and see you, the maker, creator, and sustainer of this earth. I hunger and thirst for righteousness, Father. Please fill me up that I may serve you and serve your people as those that you called righteous did before. This is my vow to you, Abba Yah, as a Nazarite or a Nazarah. Toda Rabba Yahuwah Elohim Otzer Li Adonai Besomche Nafshi. Toda Rabba Abba Yah. Thank you, Abba Yah, for this moment. Thank you for bringing me back to the beginning of my vow. Please continue to show me who you want me to be, how you want me to live, how you want me to think, how you want me to dress, how you want me to breathe even, Father. Show me direction. Show me your purpose, Father. Show me your path. Show me the ancient path, that I may walk in righteousness. Hallelujah. Toda Rabbiah, for you are worthy of all praise, honor, and glory. In Yahushua's name I pray. Amen. All right, so now I'm going to begin to cut my hair, begin the shearing process, so to speak. Alright, so at this point of shaving my hair, it's kind of hard to see if I have long or spots that are a little patchy. So I'm just going to go back over one more time and just try to get anywhere that I may have missed. You know, I'm not a barber. This is the most I can do with my hair, probably. It's my little fire pit here. Everything is incredibly dry out here, so it shouldn't take too much to light my fire. So to y'all for helping me to grow this amount of hair, and I pray that I can go in this path and stay focused no matter what comes my way.